You can make things that people are going to use, that are healthier for them, that build a world that we want to see, that change that share of wallet towards a different and more positive outcome. Unlike the oil companies, you're committed to a world where we're spending differently, and you're designing the products for that world. People who come to Compost Modern are designing the products for that world today. How can I make it plain that even carbon offsets make me happy? Most of them are awful right now, but they actually represent a new emergent consciousness. It's actually kind of like a Zen thing, right? There's carbon in the ground and carbon in the sky, and they have to equilibrate. We have to stop bleeding the ground, burning the ground into the sky. I think of it as almost like a post-combustion OPEC, a cartel to protect the sky. But what that means, that balance that has to be struck, means that one day, maybe not in our lifetimes, but in the next couple of 100 years, the right to burn carbon into the sky, the right to emit greenhouse gases and global warming, will cost as much as the resources that we know today as oil, coal, and natural gas in aggregate. There's a market being born in protecting the sky. And it will be as big as the market that exists today for oil, coal, and natural gas. Hopefully that market will be a lot smaller, but the market to protect the sky will be equal to it so that we are balanced. And that to me is a profoundly hopeful thing. And the mess, the various problems we have with how to measure these things and how to do them right and with integrity are critical, but it's the emergence of an amazing new thing to reach equilibrium, to reach that balance, that almost a Zen thing of equality between what we have in the ground and what we're using and what we're putting up into our Mother Earth, into the air we breathe, and the cocoon that wraps this planet. What this means for people who design and make things is that with respect to global warming, you actually live on a very simple line with respect to global warming. At one end, you have products that are completely decarbonized, that make no contribution whatsoever to global warming, and we don't quite know how to make a lot of those yet, except for things like services and communications, which are getting closer and closer. And on the other end of the line, you have products that you buy an offset for. You push the problem off to somebody else. You invest somewhere else to solve a problem, the global warming problem of equal magnitude at some other end. Completely decarbonized, completely offset. And you all are working in a world to push products back down that line. And it's not, you're not evil if you're purely offsetting today. You're just not at a place where you know how to do it, or where you have the capital to shift production to a decarbonized product. You live somewhere on that line, and every product, every service, every designer has to think, where am I on that line, and how can I push it back up that line?